Welcome, friends. Sorry, the starting soon screen went a little bit longer than usual, but Suntroa is at work and asked me to start the stream on his desktop, but it did not want to cooperate. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to PyroKitty's Tavern. I am April the PyroKitty, and as you could probably hear, I am still sick. It's been over a week now. Yeah, I'm over this darn mystery virus. But it is what it is. I wanted to play Strange Antiquities this month, so we're going to play Strange Antiquities this month. I just might be a little bit less chatty than usual and obviously sound pretty froggy. But I hope you enjoy the chill vibes, and there's a puzzle, exclamation point puzzle. And we're going to play Strange Antiquities. If you've not played this game before, well, I have not played this game. It is technically the second game. The first one is Strange Horticulture, which I played the very first year I streamed, like a month after I started streaming. It was one of the very first games I played during Spoopy October. What was it, 2024? Yeah, I guess it was. Wow. So anyway, this past year, they came out with Strange Antiquities. I have not played this game. I did play the demo briefly. I didn't finish the demo. I just started it up. What is going on with my bitrate? Okay, weird. But anyway, yeah, I did play the demo very briefly. Sorry if we have any bitrate drops. I'm gonna blame my internet. It has been doing some weird things lately. We've had a couple days where it dropped briefly. Last week, it dropped for like 6 hours. I don't know what the heck's going on. No idea. But we're going to play Strange Antiquities. Whatever comes at us. This cold, internet, whatever. I want to play Strange Antiquities. Dang it. So yeah, we're going to start game. Like I said, there is a puzzle going, exclamation point puzzle. The link is up there in chat. It is just some art from Strange Antiquities. And trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention at the start of stream here. I don't think so. This cold is giving me like really bad brain fog. So if I just like lose my train of thought, it crashed very solidly in my brain. Let me see. I think I got these all set up. I'm pretty sure I turned the spider off. Auto labeling on. Audio should be fine. We'll see. Seems like it's coming through. But yeah, let's get started on Strange Antiquities. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. Oh dang, I forgot there's a lot of reading in this game. I apologize for the terrible sound quality. I won't be doing any voices. We're just gonna read it. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities, in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed, even then, to signal the start of a rising dread. I don't know, maybe the froggy voice goes along with the spooky vibes. But it is going to mean I'm probably going to have to mute my microphone more often to cough, and probably going to limit how long stream can be today. We'll see how long my voice hangs out. So we have all these items so far. We have Kitty. You put mask on Kitty. The Mask of Jupiter. That was an achievement that just popped up. So the Kitty's name is obviously Jupiter. I like how they actually like made a model to where it goes on the cat. Okay, so I can pull that. Neat. Just like in Strange Horticulture, you can move stuff around. I like to play with a bunch of buttons first. I can move the candles even. Neat. Oh, a door. Always open the door. Oh, move the door. Okay. So there's weights back here. Good to know. We have a board with a symbol and note. What's our note say? Reminder, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. We're gonna need to go there. All right, and that gave us the magnifying glass. On thaumic fields, all thaumic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thaumic lens. A diurnic field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Will this go in any of these? Interesting. I'm gonna leave that in there for now. Ooh. Okay, we got our compass, so we could go explore the map when we have a place to go. Got 2 items in here that I'm gonna put up there. And our map of Undermere, which was a city that was, you could see on the map in Strange Horticulture. So we're in the city. And these numbered places are probably places we could visit. Right, nothing in the archive. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Okay, so this is sort of our sanity meter, if you've played other games that have things like that in there. Okay, so these are new objects. I need to bring them up here. So I can inspect what different elements things are. You can smell it. Sounds are muffled in its presence. I know how that feels. My ears right now are so muffly. There's a darkness to it, as if it holds untold fears itself. No remark on center sound. Somewhat painful. Bronze and iron. All right, hang those up there. You'll put them with everything else. No need to have them hidden down below. All right, what does this do? Huh. Definitely a shape in there. I thought at first it was bone, but it is in fact clay, painted to look like bone. A dark blue-green gem. Hard, somewhat rough, cold and smooth. Nothing to remark. Fills me with a sense of foreboding. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have noticed how this was flashing. That means that there is somebody waiting to talk to me. I've been ignoring it. Because I'm poking around. Okay. Eli White. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I am leaving the shop in your care, with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. This is an index there is an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully, and remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked cupboards, drawers, or doors. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. All right, here's our reference guide. Here's our index subject, Black Heart, reference in. Okay, so these are interesting. I probably am going to need these. So if it's anything like Strange Horticulture, people sort of come to you with problems and you kind of have to figure out what the story is in the back, like what's going on in the background. Like, what is the story going on in this village or the city? All right. Thomas Pope. Congratulations. Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. That's me. I am a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. but I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you would be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Use Y to inspect an item. So he's looking for a hunter's boon. Hunter's boon. A hunter's boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beast, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. So we're looking for something made from a predator item. Well, this looks promising. Gives a sensation of power. Smooth with hard bridges. Smooth. Yellowy white in color. This looks promising, so I'm going... Nothing else fits the description, because... Trophies taken from slain beast. It's a tooth. Simple items with no embellishment. There's no embellishment. It gives a sense of power. And this grants power. So, yeah. Use item. Identified. Hunter's clue. A hunter's boon. Clues. This is the tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. What I said. And we got book content for a selenic totem. As well as... something else in here. Okay, it added selenic totem. I see. 2 pages. Oh. Visits day 1. So we learned about the thaumaturge, Eli White, collector and curator of powerful objects. Objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands and armed with the right knowledge can be a gateway to so much more. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As owner of Strange Antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show much emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that is mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Jupiter, devourer of souls. Jupiter is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found Strange Antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he has learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorizing rodents, and midnight explorations of Undermere and beyond. What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residents. Huh. Oh, there's more. It's extended. Oh, good bot. Good bot. This one's locked. I can't get in there. Let me move some of these over, though. Come on. Oh, I can't move the scale. I could just slide it back and forth. Eyeball follows me around. let's see who's next. Jack Hungerford. The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters ago. A creeping dark has set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. A shadow hold, or oshadic vessel, is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or a bottle or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. So we're looking for this design on a jar, bottle, or box. Well, this is the design. Made of bronze, raised detailing. Heart feels lighter. I think it's gonna be this. Ooh. Was that not the design? Oh, but it wasn't a jar. I bet you it's gonna be this. Yep. Gotta be a jar. Item is a container of some kind. The design on the bottle is the same as the sketch. Alright, we learned about a sun bond. Sorry about that. I had a cough. We're good now. All right, who's next? David Chafer. He was the mailman in the other game. What's with all these ravens flying about Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like that. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. So he's the mailman in this one too. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the Shin. Charlie Weathers. That reminds me, we should go investigate these two clues. So, stored a couple items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. So we want to go to the wine merchant. So 29 is us. We want to go to the next door. The proprietor, a Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of there, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Suntroa, thanks for the prime. I know you are at work, and you did already tell me which sub-reward you wanted. So I will go ahead and add that to the potion ingredients. Let me get this camera up here. So Suntroa wanted these stars. Yeah, he cheated. Benefit of living with me, he gets to pick out his ingredients at home. All right. Next question is, can I get them out of here? There we go. And that brings us to 8 sub-ingredients. 2 more and we will hold a sticker giveaway and label our potion. There we go. Thank you so much for subbing with your Prime sub, Suntroa. Also, you should go check out Suntroa. He's my hubby and the one that has done most of the art for the channel, including my emotes and Anya over there in the corner, and my avatar. Thank you so much for popping in, Suntroa. All right. So we have discovered 3 new items in the wine cellar next door. Put these on the shelf. So this is complete. Ooh. How do I put it in the archive? Oh, yeah. All right, and so the next one, we discovered some papers in a desk drawer in the boatyard. So we're looking for the boatyard, number 8. The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all of this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. "You must be from Strange Antiquities," he says with a smile. He takes me to the dilapidated office, where 2 metal buckets contain drips of brown water, and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown papers out of a desk drawer and places them gently in my hands. Apparently, as an afterthought and somewhat reluctantly, the man gives me something else as I'm leaving. "I have no use for it," he says. "Don't even know what it's for." And so another artifact. Yeah, now we've got a number of good items in here. The more items you have in the contents, the better, because if somebody comes in asking for something and it's not in there, you're purely guessing. Like, so there's no clue in that one that I can do anything with right now. That's just the map. Okay. Next person. Stanley Hume. I want an Ossic ring. Ossic. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. He really likes his S's. These somewhat macabre items were originally made as an offering to the goddess Korchin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Korchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. It's a serpent goddess. It says it's a macabre object. And then it makes a hissing when held up to the ear, so we'll have to pay attention for that. So what looks like it could be a serpent object? Sorry, I had to get a cough drop. So this was made out of bone, which would qualify for the macabre object. Makes a hissing sound. Has some evil quality to it. I do not like to hold it. Keeps vermin at bay. Doesn't say anything about it being an evil object, but meets the other requirements. I don't really see anything else that would be a macabre. I mean, there's the creepy hand. I'm gonna go with this. Makes the most sense to me. Woohoo! Clues made of bone. This satisfied the description. Macabre. Closer inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. And we learned about evocant. Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. And they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. The voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or might do the opposite. I think it's Cernunnos. The name Voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a torque. Okay, so it's a torque. It's bronze. We happen to have one of those. Made of bronze. This item is made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. But I already knew what a torque was. Alright, got some more book contents. And apparently, Edmund Bishop is the ornithologist, which is study of birds. The 14th Lord of Gleeston Castle is a man of wealth and privilege, like the 13 before him. He is a man who would be easy to despise, as his father was, but he is well loved by those who know him. Now retired, he was a professor of ancient languages at the University of Cumbria, but his real passion is birds. His students learn to divert particularly dense lectures on Latin declension by asking about local owl species or by quizzing the professor on increasingly exotic bird calls. Edmund was only too happy to oblige, spending hours recounting stories of his adventures in Africa and New Zealand. All right, so that's the last customer of the day. End day. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Backburrow. Okay. This is fun. I'm like following it along with the thumbstick. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Okay, so these are clues. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. I'm assuming from the jail. 10. Northwest. Be this one. Yep. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all. And suddenly and unexpectedly, I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Not creepy at all. All right, we solved our nightly clue. Verona Green. Ah, well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the thaumaturge left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of bed. Sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. All right, so now we have a bunch of symbols that we can look up. Hess Sherwood. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Horned shackle. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. So, some sort of object with horns. Nothing specific about any kind of symbology. I don't think it's that, even though it has horns. Huh. Says it could be a totem. I don't really have anything else that has horns. It just has weights in it. Oh, well, there's this. This one has horns. This part feels smooth. This might be it, because the horns are rubbed smooth. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. This little goat figure. Woo! That was difficult. Item has horns. Closer inspection reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. We learned about Vestiture. Oh, we have another person to learn about. Ah, Verona. The occult scholar, Verona Green. Verona has been a constant in Undermere for as long as the streets have had cobblestones and the churches have had bell towers. She is respected and feared, which she revels in, and she is revered and admired, which she tolerates. Her knowledge of the occult world is second to none, and her expertise has steered the citizens of Undermere away from catastrophe on more than one occasion. The near misses of the Selenic flame and the Woken Dendru are two such events that spring to mind. So the Woken Dendru was the events in Strange Horticulture. I don't know about the Selenic flame. She is of the opinion that no problem is so great, no obstacle so insurmountable, that it can't be diminished by a properly brewed pot of tea. Excuse me. Sniffle. All right, next. Mailman. At least the weather's looking a little better out today. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours. For the right price, of course. All right, to the farm. Oh. Christ. Welcome in, Corteth. Thank you for the hydrate and posture check. As you could possibly hear, I am still sick. And of course, decided to play a game that takes lots of breathing. All right, so we're looking for Royston Farm because there's multiple farms. Royston Farm is number 30. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Have an annoying cough going on right now. Yeah, this mystery virus, not flu, it's not COVID. Who knows what it is, but I've had it for over a week. Just took a sip of my water and spilled water all over me. I am expert at drinking water. You gotta go teach class soon, so you can't stick around for long. Wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for popping in and saying hi. We do have an ad break about to start, so before I talk to the next customer, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause break. And we are going to have 3 minutes of ads. And during the ad, I'm going to mute my microphone, stand up and stretch my legs, and refill my water. And we will be back in 3 minutes to play some more Strange Horticulture. All right, I will see you all in 3 minutes. Oh, I'm going to put the puzzle up on the screen. Exclamation point puzzle. Okay, I am back. Also use the opportunity to blow my nose. yeah, Quartet, that's funny. Cat never learned to properly drink, so she'd end up flicking all the liquid all over the ground. Must be a cat problem. Because I certainly just, like, dripped water all over me. Ad break is over in 30 seconds. And then we will get back to Strange Horticulture. All right, welcome back from the ads, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. It's a nice opportunity to stretch and get any water yourselves. Plus, doing them all at once gets rid of pre-roll ads. All right, so we're gonna get back to playing. I don't have any more clues to investigate right now. I just figured out that one. We're going to help the next customer. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark. On important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later, and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I like. I thought maybe a moon heart could bring her some comfort. Moon heart. So I don't have an item called moon heart. Ah, moon heart, Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. So we're looking for something that's imbued with a feeling, with some connection tied to moon or night. This one definitely comes to mind. It has a moon on it. But there's no remark on that one. So let's keep looking. That might still be it, but this one also has a moon. Well, this one seems the most likely to me. So I'm gonna try that one. I am wrong. Well, let's look at this one. Let's see what the symbols. So, if there's anything with these symbols. It also said something about it could be imbued. Does love or joy have a symbol? Not that I see. This one has me a little stumped. I would have thought this. This, maybe this. It has a crescent on it. Overcome with a warm, loving emotion. Well, and an owl would be a... Okay, I bet you it's this. I bet you it's this. Yep. Carved totem. Owl is associated with night. There's a concealed crescent shape. Closer inspection, parts a feeling of joy. All right, we got a new item. Daisy Winters. A friend of mine, or former friend, I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Ooh, a choice. Thank you for the treat yourself, Ungoy. I will indeed have 3 of my freeze-dried marshmallows. Also, welcome in, Ungoy. All right. So our options are Binding Seed or Zaya. Binding Seed. These items are made of 2 distinct materials representing the Mintic and the Wixic. You can do soup too if you want. I don't don't have any soup, but thank you. I do have teriyaki chicken in the crock pot. Ooh, a treat for Azar. I'm sure he would like some. Here you go. He is awake. And he got his treat. Is that yummy? He's sleepy. Yes, yes, he has his heated bed down there. He's getting nice and warm. Warm his old man bones. Him old man bones, nice and toasty. Okay, so we could give the binding seed, which a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt or shame. Or we could give the Zaya, which instills a sense of fear and paranoia. That seems a bit much. So I think I'm going to go with the binding seed. So made up of two distinct materials representing Mentic and Wixic. So we're going to have to look up what Mentic and Wixic materials are. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. Okay. So something with a spiral. Don't see anything with a spiral, though. Ah, Mentic and Wixic. Oh, maybe this? It has a spiral, but not like around a seed. Don't like how this makes me feel. This looks promising. I think this is going to be the binding seed. Yes. Items made of two materials, wood and stone. Spiral surrounding a seed. New content. Yeah, the Zaya just seemed to, like, making the person fearful and paranoid. That doesn't seem good. But again, these games, so Strange Horticulture is the game before this, and they have multiple endings. So, like, that could be the start of one path. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Seedbur, and I'll be taking a libula to see us safely through. Libulae are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges knew well. So what symbol was it? Wisdom. The wisdom is this symbol. So we're looking for something with this symbol. Ah. This looks like it right here. I don't see anything else with that symbol. It's unremarkable otherwise, which is kind of makes sense with the description. Woo! Item bears a symbol of wisdom. All right, and we are closed for the day. I don't think I have any clues to go over today. I wonder if I could figure out where this goes now that I know the symbology things. So I guess it goes in one of these slots. But it doesn't do anything when I put it in any of them. Oh well, next day. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with a diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. Follow this with the thumb pad again. Not thumb pad, joystick. Okay. So our clue is maybe a building? Huh. Yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be a building shape. Down here looks promising. I'm gonna go for it. Woo! There is a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly I manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long hidden treasures. All right, so we got our clue for the day done. Or our nightly clue, I guess I should say. Pet the cat. Gotta pet Jupiter. Okay. Francesca Robertson. Morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford. It seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hopeful an evocant will have some effect. The doctor, Francesca Robertson. Growing up, Francesca's father was her hero. When he died suddenly and tragically in a mysterious incident, nobody seemed able or willing to give her the answers she demanded, and she grew tired of being fed the same stories that she knew could not be true. As she entered adulthood, she learned how to find things out for herself, and what she learned opened her mind to a world she hadn't known existed. A world of occult maladies and dark articles. She learned about Tormund's paralysis, Hobbs' fear, and the Sapphire Curse. And she learned that these maladies could be cured. Alright. She wants an evocant. Huh. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. So we need something that is 1 pound. Precisely. Nope. Not that. Nope. Did it have any other clues? Made of stone. Okay. Not that. It's bronze. That's not stone. Clay. Bronze. This is made of stone. Ooh, that looks promising. Okay, so it's not that. What are you made of? Not you. All right, we're gonna go with this. Item made of stone. Weighing the item using my scales shows that it is exactly 1 pound. Temperance Parker. I had quite a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop and the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. An oceanic spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Okay. So not precious metals. And it's a charm of protection. So what symbols do we have for protection? So this is a symbol for protection. So we're looking for that symbol. And not usually made of precious metals. Got that symbol. A cheap metal, so not a precious metal. Detailed engraving. I'm gonna go with this. Woo! Pendant is a symbol of protection. Hugh Langston. There's something I wanted to show you. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you. There. All right. There's a church and a meeting of roads of sorts. There's a church. That looks like the roads. The little lake. Building there, and it's in the shed by the lake. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it has not been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up, and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a mottled green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as I reach for it, and I notice that there is another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. Got two pendants. And completed that clue. Verona Green. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house, where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what happened there. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered oceanic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of. And the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seemed to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleeston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. But first, I would like a vestiger, whatever this is. We don't want it spreading. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Okay, so we'll have to use this. It gives me no other clues, so it could be anything. That's not already labeled, of course. All right, nothing on that side. Ooh. That certainly makes... so far it's the only thing that's made the flame change color, but let's try other things. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Using a candle, I am able to confirm the flames burn blue in its presence. Moonstone Guardian. All right, completed all the clues for the day. Next day. 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower, when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. Hold on, my screen just went really weird. Okay. So this looks like it's going to be a key, whatever it is. After a disagreement between two houses, I was buried behind lock and key. With lock spelled with an E. I wonder if there's somewhere on the map named lock. Lock house, number 7. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lockhouse. Ooh, that is not the answer. Ooh. This is tricky. Okay, so this is Lockhouse. This is Keystone Manor. I have to go behind them both. Tricky that time. A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On this spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents, as well as a pistol and an item that catches my attention. That's interesting looking. Sorry, I am munching on my marshmallows because I am hungry. I am breaking the treat streamer. Pistol Kitty Tavern. No pistols here. Just marshmallows. My nutrient levels today are probably lower than they should be. I have eaten. I had breakfast. I had an English muffin with cream cheese. And then I had some rice for lunch. Eli White. Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. I'm going to need to find Verona and get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on Quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Gonna have to expand into my other shelves here soon. I am not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time? Okay, so she is wearing that binding seed that we gave to the other person who kept having items stolen from her. So this must be the person that was stealing those items. So we're looking for something that can help banish inner demons and make changes that stick. Kind of sounds like therapy, right? I think you need therapy. So it sounds like she needs a horned shackle. Used to bring about change in one's life, bestow the ability to overcome personal demons. Which we've already found it. There's this. Francesca Robertson. The evocant didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange. At times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance, and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Sleep vessel. The 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thaumic disciplines: Selenic, Daedric, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic, and Mintic. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares are beginning to seep out. So something with 6 points that possibly is containing nightmares. Well, this has 6 points. Has a darkness to it, as if it holds untold fears inside. That seems like it. Oh, it could be this. Sense of crackling energy flickers through the depths of my mind. What does that symbol mean? Insanity. I'm gonna try this one. Nope. Should have gone with my gut. Should have gone with my gut. I keep wondering what... I don't have a thaumic lens yet, so I can't do anything with that. I feel like I should be able to solve this puzzle, though. I also have this puzzle, which it has a shape to it. I don't think I have anything that'll fit in that shape, though. Alright, next customer. Althea O'Shea. Many years ago, I owned a silent breath, but it was already old when I inherited it, and its power died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. Silent breath. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there is no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A silent breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. It didn't really give me any clue other than it's something to do with the stag, so I'm gonna go with this. Oh no. Gotta be careful. I'm one away from insanity. Huh. Small token taken from a living white stag. The fossil, that's not going to be it. Oh. A white hair. This is going to be it. Hopefully. Yay! Whew. I am one away from the insanity-o-meter. Rufus Shelley. I have always wanted to try a dataless link. I have a personal interest in the celestial branch, so I am not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks. And now I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. Daedalus link. A Daedalus link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is so extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Need to weigh it. Their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight. A feather or the wings of a bird or insect. All right. So I need to weigh it, and it needs to be very light. Well, this is definitely a possibility. It's a bird. It's light. I don't see anything else remarkable about it. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go warm up some lasagna if I want some. I have some chicken in the crock pot. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be very filling, but it'll be a good dinner. But thank you for the lasagna offer. Woo, I was right. Oh, you were talking to us. Sorry. I'm sure he would love lasagna, but he can't have any. He is on a very strict diet, unfortunately. I would love to share all of my food with him like I used to. But a couple years ago, he had to have his gallbladder removed, and now he has to be on a basically no-fat diet. None of us like the arrangement, but I want him to be around for many more years. 18 is not long enough. Strict lasagna diet. I'd like to be on a strict lasagna diet. Edmund Bishop. The ravens are back, I see. Looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleeston Castle. My family has lived there for generations, and I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you, gathering dust in hidden corners. All I ask is that you stay out of the South Tower and the master bedroom. And run anything you find by me, of course. You had to get your dog prescription food. He hated it. If you don't eat this, you're gonna die. Yeah, that's... Azar is not a big fan of his prescription food. So for all of his life, we fed him like human grade food. So when he swapped to this, he's not a big fan. We're trying to come up with a recipe that we can make for him ourselves, but it's really tricky because he can't have much, but we want to make sure he gets all of his nutrients. So keep wondering what this does. Like what this will be a clue for. Anyway, Gleason Castle. Here is something to get you started. Walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end and go through the door to the left. There's a small plinth in the corner of that room with an item on it that you are welcome to. I never did like it anyway. Okay, so we're going to go to Gleason Castle. Oh, we have an ad coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here. I'm going to puzzle out in my brain where this room is while the ad is playing. And we will be back in 3 minutes. Everybody take an opportunity to stretch, to hydrate, to eat something. Take any medicines that you need to take. And we will be back in 3 minutes. I'm going to... I'm going to leave this up on the screen, but I am going to mute my microphone so I can blow my nose during the break. And like I said, I'm just going to puzzle through where the next clue goes to. You have to eat. Look, I have eaten. Amaze will go without eating at all. I had some rice. I just couldn't find anything else to eat before stream, okay? And I don't feel like ordering any food because I'm lazy. And I'm lazy. Let's both go have a nose-blowing marathon. Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like. All right, that ad is about to start. I will see you all in 3 minutes. Oh, there it goes. What is it? It appears my command is not working. Alright, ad's about to end. I have blown my nose. I figured out which room it is. Welcome back from the ad break. I figured out the room. It's this one here. Through here. Past the main staircase. Turn left. Corridor all the way to the end. Go through the door on the left. It's here. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses the object mentioned in Edmund's note. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. I try to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. It was a book on gemstones. Okay, so that's good to know, because some of our things have different gemstones on them. And a new item, which I am swiftly running out of a place to put. Got that clue. Fit. What room did he say to stay out of? I think this gives a... Okay, yeah. Stay out of the south tower and the master bedroom. Now, I'm sure if you go into one of those rooms, that's going to change to a different ending. What would count as the South Tower? Don't know what... Oh, okay. So this is north. So south would be this tower. So stay out of this tower. Out of this tower. Mars in winter, rising in summer. So there are symbols for all of those. Mars in winter, rising in summer. There's the symbol for Mars. Well, there's multiple symbols in there. Well, I guess I could go through all of the rooms except master bedroom and the south tower. Let's start with... We'll start with the courtyard. Neat hedgerows and worn pillars frame the space. Gravel crunches underfoot. The only sound in the otherwise quiet courtyard. No reason to linger. This feels like a clue, but I mean, I see the symbol for Mars, but I don't see the symbol for anything else. For winter or summer. Oh. The vaults are blocked by a large iron door. It has no handle or keyhole, and it does not give in the slightest when I push against it. I realize that it has been thomically sealed, but that's not much help. It's not clear what I need to open it. Might not have the answer to this, but let's see. Nothing about seal. Or locks. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks like would be helpful in this situation. So we're gonna leave. There's so many rooms. I have not tried the hint. Oh. The hint is useless. Alright, we'll end the day then. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo come upon a chamber. In it they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. So there's our next clue. Now the tricky part. Is this a room in the tower? Or in the castle, sorry. Or is it supposed to be a building? I think it's gonna be a room. And I think I see the room it is. I think it's this room right here. Yep. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absent-mindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I am about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Right. No new clue. Mailman. Not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I have to worry about, not big black birds. Better off inside, I reckon. The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact center point, and there's a small clearing there. It can't be coincidence. What's more, there is a certain energy about it. Not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look yourself. Thomas Pope and Hamish, his dog. I'm gonna go to the other map. That does remind me. So on this map is also Strange Horticulture. I wonder what happens if I go to that building. I kept meaning to do it and then I forget. So we're gonna go to Strange Horticulture. This curious plant shop on the edge of town is a quiet haven away from the bustle of center. Ordinarily, I'd be delighted to while away some time there, but I have important work to do. And yet, an hour later, I find myself leaving the shop with a potted palliance and a weight off my shoulders. I've been chatting with the proprietor, and the similarities and differences between our two disciplines with a gentle, purring hellborn curled up on my lap. So the cat in Strange Horticulture was named Hellborn. Now we got a new plant. I'm gonna put it down here. All right, and now let's follow this clue. A triangle. I'm guessing this triangle. Sure enough, as I approach the center of the curious triangular copse at the heart of Heath Wood, I come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the center. Sunlight breaks through, and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. And almost immediately, I am struck by a sense of ominous power, and my intuition tells me that there is something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood. 3 pendants arranged in a triangle shape. Huh. I have to put these down here. I'm out of space. Out of space. Okay, so we got that solved. Next customer, Gus Foley. It has been many years since I've performed the rite of the red knives, but I can still remember every step. I'd do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnside, and they sent me here. Orford Spire. During the rite of the red knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. Or goat. Okay. So the clue in the picture, it shows just like these little tips of horns. It's supposed to provide vitality and clarity of thought. Doesn't give me any clues, really. Well, I can look if there's any gemstones. Ooh, it might be this. It highlights that it is red with blood. Substance flakes off and leaves a mark on my fingertips. It has an energy about it. Let's see if we can find that symbol anywhere. It's kind of like a circle and a diamond. That's my best guess. Because, I mean, the only clue is this tiny points in the picture. And then it's submerged in blood. And it does say that it's an energy about it. I'm full on my sanity, so I'm gonna try it. Oh, if I can click. Woo! Guessed right. 2 of the points of the atom are visible in the sketch. Closer inspection dries blood, suggesting the item has been submerged in blood. Okay. I keep seeing these down here and wonder what they are. Can I put the weights on there? Oh, I can. Oh, hello. What do they do? Get on there. Huh. Oh, sorry. I did look it up because I'm very curious. And I can't resist. Let's see if this does anything. Aha! It did. It made all my bitrate drop. That's what it did. Are we still alive? Sorry about that. Appear to have had a bitrate drop. But I uncovered a new secret. Oh, she knocked it off. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna have to start putting stuff in these further cupboards. Here, you want to plant? And I got some more of these. Welcome in, Christmas Cat. Thanks for lurking. Okay. So going in the closet. There's one more somewhere. Because there's 4 slots missing. Alright, next customer. Eli White. I need to go away for a few days again. The Order of the Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. The only problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that Guise of Lilia? It won't be the first time I've used one to get me out of their hatred. To get around their hatred. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized. If used for any length of time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bones to trilobites, ammonites, and devil's toenails. A Guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Well, This has a fossil in it. It's the only thing that has a fossil in it. So I'm going to use it. Identified. Item has an ammonite fossil embedded in it. Closer inspection reveals that it produces an out-of-body feeling. All right, next customer. Rebecca Rose. Hello. Oh, is that a cat? My eyes may have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid that I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again, but is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? I feel a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me, it means everything. And she is a notable character. The artist, Rebecca Rose. Rebecca's eyesight deteriorated quickly several years ago, and now she is just barely able to distinguish light and dark. This affliction has robbed her of the thing that brought her the most joy in this world, painting. And yet it has not robbed her of her determination, or her kindness, or her love of life. When she learned of Strange Antiquities, and that it might hold a way to restore her sight, she was hesitant, but never did anything without careful consideration. But eventually her desire to paint anything won out, and she decided to risk what the risk was worth taking. Oh, did I have another bitrate drop? I think I had another bitrate drop, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so we could give her an Aries Remnant or a Spirit Eye. Let's see what they do. Another choice. Aries Remnant. These objects induce a form of synesthesia, where colors and tones, light and shadow, can be felt through touch. They are sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions, such as miners. The gemstones in the Aries Remnant are arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name. So this would give her synesthesia. The other option was Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps? A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience? They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. So this would give her a view of the supernatural to paint, whereas the Aries Remnant would give her another sense. You can see colors, tones, light, and shadow through touch. See, quote unquote. I feel like the other way is the bad way to go. All right. I told myself that I wasn't going to look up mini notes, but I am going to look this one up because Dang it, I just want to see the picture. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I had a feeling this day is sort of the first big split. The binding seed that we gave to the person before, that leads them to become a better person, which I had a feeling that was the right way to go. So today is Aries Remnant or Spirit Eye. Oh, they both lead to the same outcome. Is it true? Okay. If you want to get all endings, if you want to get both endings 2 and 5, you must replay from 5 onwards. This guide recommends the Spirit Eye. Gives a more satisfying ending. Aries Remnant is really only worth it for completion's sake. Okay. So we want ending 1 or 5. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave this up because I don't want to get a bad ending. So we want to give her Spirit Eye. Yeah, apparently today is sort of the day that starts to lead towards the endings. So I want to head towards ending 5. Or should I start heading towards ending 1? We'll go towards 5. All right, so Spirit Eye it is. Spirit Eye. They draw their power from opposing symbols inscribed on them. So we need to look up symbols. This has 2 symbols. So let's look up what these two symbols are and see if they're opposing. Also, let's look up that gemstone. It's a green tiger's eye, maybe? Oh, no, that's it. Malachite. A fourth eye. Stone of sight. That's progress. And it has circle with 2 lines above and triangle with 2 lines below. Those feel like they would be opposing. Triangle with 2 lines below is cold. Cold or phosphorus. Oh, which direction is the triangle? Pointing down. So that means it's cold. And a circle with 2 lines above. Heat. So, heat and cold. So this must be it. Ooh, Spirit Eye. This item has opposing symbols, heat and cold, malachite gemstone, since it hints at their ability to see to the world beyond ours. Clarence Hawker. Those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them up at Calgarth. And another fella, a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. And now this fog, too. With the nights drawing in and me working late, I refuse to walk down Holbrook Road without so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind. Sunbond. A sun bond is a small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth of the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. So something small with a gemstone of light. What about this one? Well, what is a gemstone of light? Amber. So it's something with amber in it that is lightweight. Well, this one is very light. Doesn't feel warm, though. Oh, it feels a little warmer than I would expect. Okay. This is probably it, then. Amber gemstone, stone of light, made of bronze, non-precious. Closer inspection reveals it is strangely warm. Audrey Bell. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Hulgen Grim in the coming days. And she's a person of note. Audrey Bell, the priest. Followers of the warrior god Hulgar are not easy to come by, but they make up for their low numbers with zeal and grandiosity. Their priests have all the self-appointed authority of a village feat organizer, and the power struggles between the clergy and acolyte are as bitter and hard-fought as many a debate about bunting or cake stands. Hold on just a second. Suntroa just texted me. Audrey has strong opinions about death and the afterlife, perhaps forgetting that the god she follows is best known for sending thousands of people reluctantly to it, but that had very little to say about its substance. Alright, so she needs a Hulgen Grim. These eerie creations are worn by the priests of Hulgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. That's a lot of information, but not a lot of information. But what is Wolfsong's truth? Is that mentioned elsewhere? Only here. Okay. The sacrament, only mentioned here. Okay, well that wasn't helpful. Well, is anything that mentions sacrament or path of the warrior? Well, this has 3 gemstones in it. Pinkish, black, and orange. Pinkish is protection. Black. Could be a couple things. Yeah, I'm gonna just test my sanity and do this one. And not correct. It seems like it's something to do with 3. Someone else has 3. Okay. Dark green gemstone, that's malachite. Pale yellowy. I'm gonna test my next sanity. Nope. Okay. So it's an eerie creation that can be worn. And I just looked up what the clues were. And on this clue, you could see this priest wearing something on his face. So it's a mask. And then it says to look in the index for what Holgan. For the heart chamber to see what Holgar looked like. Okay, yeah. Holgar wielding his twin axes, you could see his face. Looks like this face. I keep forgetting that that's actually an item. Mask is an eerie item. Okay, yeah. Okay. I think that is a good place to stop for today. We will be playing this again on Sunday. I'm starting to get tired. My medicine's wearing off a little bit, so I'm getting a little snarky. It looks like there's a total of 18 days, and we are on day... We're about to start day 6, so this is a good place to stop. Let me... Oop. Okay. The game is saved. Go ahead and swap over here. See, I thought I already did that. I'm going crazy. All right, so there is my upcoming schedule. Sunday the 15th, I will be streaming more Strange Antiquities at 1:30 Central. The puzzle I'll keep it up in the background. We'll keep this puzzle going. If this gets completed, I have another Strange Antiquities puzzle that we can do. So if you're working on the puzzle, feel free to continue working on the puzzle. I'm also having some more bitrate problems. So yeah, now's might be a good time to go ahead and raid on out. Make sure you copy a raid message. Top one if you are a subscriber, bottom one if you are not. And let's go see who we could go say hello to. Let's see, who is on? Who is on? Let's see. You know what? Let's go say hello to our friend Be It Easel, an artist here on Twitch. They are working on some crazy hyperrealism oil paintings. Be It Easel is really crazy artist with their hyperrealism. So we're gonna go say hi to Be It Easel. Very high energy, very chill place though. I hope you all have had a great day. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. And I will see you on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Central for some more Strange Antiquities. And hopefully I'll be feeling a little bit better and less froggy. We'll see. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye, my friends.